is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts, and today we are going to make 4 pretty quick cards using the He's the Man designer series paper. So we're not actually going to use the stamp set or the dies. We are strictly going to use this designer series paper, because it comes not only with paper, but also these very versatile punch outs. So I want to show you those, and then we're going to get in straight away. So you get 2 sheets of these punch outs, and you'll see they just kind of pop right out, but they have everything from hunting. You have some grilling, cars, mechanics. Here's some antlers. So a lot of really neat embellishments to use. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you guys how you can use some of the paper and some of these, and we're going to make 4 quick cards. So I want to show you the paper. You get 10 sheets, 2 of each design, and it is double-sided. So this is the first one, and this is the back. You'll see it has like little pigs and spatulas. Kind of cool. This one has a pattern in it, if you can see that. And then on the other side, shoes and ties. Then we have automobiles, and then on the opposite side is like a weave. Looks a little like a sweater, or trying to think what else, what I'm trying to relate to that. Here we go. Some argyle, little dot pattern, and then you have some camping. And I love the colors. It's early espresso and some soft succulent in there. And then on the other side, we have another kind of a checked pattern. All right, so that is the paper that comes with it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna dive right in to our first card. And this color is Cajun Craze, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so just your standard size card. Then we're going to have a sheet of basic white, or basic white that's going to go on the inside. Then we have 2 layers. This is a basic black square cut at 3 inches by 3 inches. We have another one cut at 3 inches by 2 inches. Then we have 2 pieces from the car sheet of designer series paper. So let me tell you how to cut this. You're going to cut this and make 1 long strip with the cars facing just like this at 2 3/4. Okay. And then you're going to cut it at 2 3/4 this way. So it makes a square. With that same strip, then you're going to cut another strip off that's 1 3/4. So this is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is you can get take 1 strip, and you're going to get all 4 pieces of designer series paper that we're using, and you're going to have some left over. So let's go ahead and get started. I love this because if you want to make some really nice kind of guy cards, these are them. They're kind of no frills, but they really look stunning. So we're going to take our Tombow glue, and we are going to make, let's see, our first card, we are going to be using this side here. So we're going to go ahead and, make sure, because I have 2 designs that are pretty similar. And we're just going to pop that right down there. And on this one, we're going to glue so the opposite side is revealed. Okay, here we go. I just love these colors too, because they're perfect for fall. If you, know someone that goes to car shows, these are pretty neat. If you know someone who's hunting, the paper is really cool for that too. All right, so now what we're gonna do is for this one, we're basically gonna glue them on like so. Okay, so we're gonna have this one at the top and this one below. So we're gonna go ahead and glue this one first, and you'll see that they kind of overlap a bit. And we're gonna tuck them down in the corner so we have kind of that thin border. So you're gonna wanna make sure you get some great, some even borders there. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. And we're just gonna, and remember this is 3 by 3, so it's just a standard square. So again, we want to check our distance around here and make sure this kind of equals this distance here. That way our card is balanced. All right, now we're going to take this little guy. You did it. My husband just fixed our van. So I thought, oh, this might be kind of neat to give him this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop this up on some dimensionals. We'll just put a couple on here. And there we go. Pull those right off. This makes for a nice, and we'll just kind of put it a little bit at an angle there. And then we're going to take this little guy and just kind of pointing to that, and we're going to glue this one down. Now, if you wanted, you could actually not put these on, and you could do a happy birthday stamp. But let me go ahead and zoom in there so you can kind of see that. Isn't that super cool? All right. So then what we're going to do, go ahead and zoom back out here. We're going to go ahead and take our piece inside, and I'm going to use a glue dot for this little star. And again, all the pieces we're using comes just right in that pack of designer series paper. So you really can't, and I'm just gonna, sorry, I got a little off camera there. I'm gonna go ahead and glue, I just use that glue dot, put it right in the corner. We're gonna go ahead and glue that down, and voila, we'll pop this in here. Now we can write a nice message, and away we go. Oops. Get that lined up there. Just a tad. There we go. Now it's like my little pet peeve, right? I feel like sometimes I get a little too carried away with that. All right, and there you have it. There is card number 1. We're gonna put that right there. And we are gonna move on to card number 2. And it's going to use the same colors, same measurements, only we have some different embellishments, and I really want you guys to see just how different it looks. Now, I left my bone folder in the other room, so we're gonna just use what we can here to flatten our cards out. All right, here we go. So we're gonna just, this time, this is again 3 by 3, and then 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 for the designer series paper. And this time I'm gonna put this one on top. And then, and you'll see I'm also switching the way the paper is laid. So this one I'm going to do just the opposite as well. And again, it all came out of that one strip that was cut 2 3/4 off the full 12 by 12. And glue that right down. And now we're going to go ahead and, oops, and glue this one down, and then glue the other one. And this is gonna, then we can put our embellishments on it. And again, the other thing that you can add is there's some really pretty bronze. I think they're bronze colored. These right here, let me show you. These right here, these embellishments, and they would go beautifully on these cards. When I ordered my latest order, they had, those were on back order. So I think they're supposed to come, if they're not already back in stock, they should be back in pretty soon. Okay, so again, I'm doing the same thing, kind of the same layout, only I'm flip-flop these. And now I'm going to take this car image and I'm actually going to put it right here up on some dimensionals. So again, I'll just take these, put a few across. You know, when you lay these dimensionals down, what you're trying to do is just to make sure that it doesn't sag anywhere on your card. So think of it that way when you're trying to figure out where to put them or how many to put. You just want it to be able to make it through the mail, right? And have it look really nice. Okay, so we'll pop him over and put it right here. It's like a cool little place. All right, then I have these two pieces here, and I'm actually going to line these up so that star kind of sticks out the other side, just to give it a little bit more texture with the star, a little bit more dimension. And we'll just butt that right up against our sign there. And now we're going to go ahead and glue this down right here, okay, across our card. Now you could also put this up on dimensionals too. So again, whatever you prefer. And once you start working with some of these layouts, the nice thing is you can just keep right on going, right? You can find the ones that you like. You can come up with your own. You could make quite a few cards out of this card pack. So there you go. So you guys can take a look and see how different they look, even though we're using kind of the same colors and patterns. All right, so there we go. Oh, let me put this in here. Sorry. Let me go ahead and do that while we're right here. And I did not pull a star or any other embellishment for this one, but we certainly could add an image here if we would like. All right, so there we go. Those are those two. Now we're going to move on to a different color. And that is these right here. So now we're going to be using some of that soft succulents and the camping. So we have a tree here that we're going to pull. And then we also have this one that says, I'm with you, I'm never lost. I thought that was kind of cool. And then we also pulled this embellishment. So these are the three we're going to put on this card. Now the measurements here, we have a piece of white cardstock that's 3 by 3. And then this one here is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And these are the same. All right. And you'll see as well, same piece of designer series paper. So again, cut a strip that's 2 3/4. And then you're just going to cut another one and then right from that strip, you're going to make 2 squares by cutting 2 3/4 the other direction. All right, so we're going to glue one this way and one this way. And that is going to be the start of this card. Now you can use, again, if you prefer like a tape runner, you could also glue these down with that. I remember when I first started card making, and I remember thinking, what do I use? So many of them seem like they're the same. And pretty much Tombow glue can be used for so many things, not necessarily to glue down ribbon because it can seep through and leave a mark, you would use something like a glue dot as you put down your ribbon. But Tombow glue is pretty much versatile. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to layer them like this, because we want this background to show. And then we're going to put I'm Never Lost With You over here. And then we're going to take our nice tree and we're going to kind of put it right here. We're going to put this up on dimensionals and this up on dimensionals. And then we're going to take this little guy and we're going to put him right there. And that will make our card. So I'm going to just make sure, it's upside down. So we're going to make sure we have it go in the correct direction. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to use some mini dimensionals for our tree. You'll see these are like, see how they're like a lot smaller? Those are the minis. And we'll just put a couple of these on here and pop that right onto our card there. And again, we're going to put this one down first because we really want to see more of the patterns that we see there on our paper. Let's pull this in a little more. And here we go. I love this green color. It's so pretty. Now, before I put this down, I'm actually going to put this one down because what I don't want to do is I lay this and then somehow, I want to make sure I can see what I want to see there. So we're going to go ahead and take this one and glue this down next. This is a brand new bottle here, but I think I have a little bit of a glue burger stuck in there. All right, so here we go. Okay, and now we're going to take this right here and we're going to pop him up on some dimensionals. And this is great because, all I'm using is some adhesive and that designer series paper. And I used my, paper trimmer. And of course, you do need some coordinating cardstock. But that is about it. I'm going to set this at an angle. I think I like it like that. And then I have these little stars that I'm actually going to put up there. I thought that was kind of cool. It kind of reminded me like a 5-star. And like when you see the little 5-star hotels and that sort of thing. So there we have it. We'll put that up there. And again, I might go back and embellish a little bit. But there you have it. Can you guys see the dimension there? All right. So that is that card. And now we're going to do one more. And this one has a few more cuts in it. So we have 3 different strips. So we have some basic white on the back, and then we're going to use just one of our embellishments here. So we have a piece that is 3 1/4 by 2 inches. And then of course our designer series paper is just a 1/4 inch smaller. So it's 3 inches by 1 3/4. Then we have another piece here that is 3 inches for the, let me make sure. So our piece of white here is 4 1/2 by 1 1/4. And then this of course is 4 1/4 by 1 inch. Okay. I think I have that right. No, I'm sorry. Oh, I was like looking at my notes. Okay, back up. So this right here, the piece of white is 4 1/2 by 2 1/4. I was like, that looks so small. And then this right here would be, then our designer series paper, of course, would be 4 1/4 by 2 inches. Okay. I was like, wow, that doesn't look right. And then we have this little guy here, which this is 1¼ by 4½. And this of course is 1 inch by 4¼ Okay. All right, so there we go. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. So I have 2 pieces, again, same piece of designer series paper. And the thing I like about this, guys, is you literally, because you have the 2 sets of embellishments here, you could actually make 2 of these cards at the exact same time. Cut out all the paper, and then all you're doing is, and cut out 2 of each, and then all you're doing is gluing them down right on the opposite sides and putting on your embellishments, and you end up with 2 of every card. All right, so here we go. Glue this down, and we'll add it to our card base. And again, this card base is 11 by 4¼ so it opens up the opposite direction. It's scored at 5½. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these 2 pieces kind of like this here. And then we're going to take this piece down here and layer it. Okay, and we're going to layer him right here. And then we're going to put our car right there. So that's kind of the layout we're going to go for. And we're going to just glue this right down. And again, I'm just going to double check, make sure I'm going in the right direction there. Give ourselves a little bit of a margin. We'll take this piece next, so it's going to be offset a little bit. All right, so we're going to put this one a little bit further up at the top, but again, kind of sticking with a little bit of our same margin. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and I think, let's see. You know what, guys? I think we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. Why not? Kind of doing it as we go, right? Okay, here we are. This will give us a nice All right. Well, I don't know about where you guys are living, but it's getting a little chilly here. But I love it. I like the colder weather. All right, so we're gonna pop that up on dimensionals. Now, probably what I would have done is I would have glued this first and then put the dimensionals on, but you know, that's okay. So we're gonna do this. Now you're gonna notice this particular one, I don't have a greeting out for it. But again, I could take one and put it right across the top there and end up with I could make it a birthday card, a safe travels card, all kinds of things. So there you have it, guys. 4 designs using the He's a Man, and it's a whole collection, sweet collection. So you can see, you can get the paper, the stamps, the dies, all for $68. It truly is a great set. And even if you decide not to get the stamps and the dies, you certainly might want to consider getting the paper. So here are our cards, our 4 designs. And again, you could put those in an envelope, and maybe even give them as a gift if you would like to do that. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will try to have the design for these cards out on my blog, which is fourseasonscrafts.com. If you'd like to shop, you can shop at shop4seasonscrafts.com as well. All right. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.